What is going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? Your boy PTK Bland back in the building with another video, another tier list Tuesday on the way. But before we get in today's tier list, everybody, I do want to say so much thanks for everybody subscribing to the channel. I've gotten a huge influx of subscribers over the last week or two. So thank you guys for enjoying the content. I'm going to keep the cadence, keep the pace up as much as I possibly can here. You guys have been awesome though. Subscribe, like the channel, like the video, go back and through the archives and check out the old videos as well. But we're not here about that. For that, just want to say thank you guys right off the rip because you guys are amazing. But today, once again, tier list Tuesday, got another video cooked up for you guys. You guys have actually really been enjoying these tier lists. I've had a couple people hit me and say they really like these series, so I'm going to continue to do them, keep pumping these things out. I got a couple real special ideas for some other tier lists that I'm thinking of, so hopefully those will be revealed at a later date. Hopefully I can execute those ideas. But anyway, I'm talking too dang much. Let's get into today's tier list. And if you already looked at the thumbnail, we are going to be ranking Battlefield. Okay, now we've already done Halo, we've already done Call of Duty. Those videos, there'll be links on the screen if you guys want to check those out. Please go do so. Give me some feedback, let me know what you guys think about those videos as well. Today we're on to the third of the monster trio. All right, and that's Battlefield, a game that I played a ton of. I didn't play as much as COD, but at its peak I played it about as much as Call of Duty. So we'll dive into this, and as you guys can see on the screen, I added a didn't play section because I noticed a lot in my last two videos, if I didn't play the game, I would throw it in like the D tier, which is technically not fair. I can't rank it because I didn't play it, so I added another tier. So that way it's just easy. I don't even have to talk about the game. I can just throw it in there and we can move on. So let's dive into today. Now, these tier lists are wonky sometimes. They're not in like chronological order, so we'll do the best we can. So we're going to be starting with Battlefield 1942. I believe this is the OG Battlefield. Now, the funny thing is, I used to watch people play Battlefield 1942 on YouTube back in the day, way back when. There was a couple YouTubers I watched. I didn't play Battlefield 1942, so I'm putting it there. It looked incredibly fun. It was fun to watch people play it, but I never played it. So I'll throw that in there. I'm going to throw Battlefield Vietnam. I didn't play that. I hadn't watched anybody play that as well. What is this? I didn't play this. So let's just keep going here because all of these ones I didn't play at all. All right, so we're moving on. Oh, we're going to throw this one in there too. Throw that one in there. We'll throw this one in there. There's so many of these other ones I did not play. Battlefield 1943. No, I didn't play it either. Watch people play that. So now we're on to the main. Now that we're on to the main ones that I actually played. There's about 7 of them here. So these are the meat and potatoes. So we're starting with Bad Company. Now, Bad Company is a very underrated, super underrated Battlefield game. I enjoyed Bad Company 1 and 2. I don't even think they have 2 on. Oh, they do have it. So, but yeah, it was an amazing game. I enjoyed the story for Battlefield Bad Company. The characters were amazing. I believe I'm pretty sure I completed the campaign. The multiplayer was very fun. Yeah, I remember playing Battlefield Bad Company and having a great time playing the game. It was such a breath of fresh air from Call of Duty that, like, when I wanted to step away from COD, like, that's what I went to. Bad Company has a great place in my heart. Great game. I'm gonna give it a C because I played the multiplayer extensively. It was solid, but it wasn't better than some of these other ones on the list, and we'll get to those here shortly. So this is Bad Company 2, I believe, which I'm gonna actually put this one a tier up. I like Bad Company 2 more than 1. In my opinion, it was just a better, more fleshed out game. The multiplayer specifically, I enjoyed it a bit more than I did Battlefield Bad Company 1. Still a great game. The characters are always so amazing in Bad Company. That's what I fell in love with, to be honest. If you guys don't remember, there were 3 characters that were extremely funny. It was hilarious. They were amazing characters, and that's kind of what got me into Bad Company. It was such a deviation from the standard Battlefield, but it was still really Battlefield. You still had those great only in Battlefield multiplayer moments. So it was better than Bad Company 1 though, in my opinion. So we're moving on to Battlefield 3, and this is where Battlefield for me really picked up. This is where, if you're a Battlefield fan, everybody would say this is where Battlefield kind of hit its stride. Battlefield 3, a phenomenal game, even obviously better than Bad Company, I think. Not the GOAT Battlefield, in my opinion, but still a fantastic experience. More modern, obviously, at the time. Fantastic game. Funny thing is, I didn't play Battlefield 3 as much as I did Bad Company 2, which is kind of weird. You would think that I would have played Battlefield 3 more, but I actually didn't. I actually played Battlefield Bad Company 2 more than I played 3. Still a solid game. I'm going to put it on the same tier as Bad Company. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bump it up because even though I didn't play it as much, I felt like the multiplayer probably was a bit better. We'll get into it. And I'll kind of explain why I bumped it up here. And the reason I bumped it up is because of this very next Battlefield. And that's Battlefield 4, which for me is easily the best Battlefield of all time. I don't even think it's close. I don't even think it's S tier Battlefield. It's the best combination. I had the most fun. That's my most played Battlefield. I have the most time in that Battlefield. Now, Battlefield 4 did get off to a wonky start. If you guys don't know, it had a bunch of server issues. Finding games was troublesome. They fixed these things later on. And the good thing about this Battlefield is that it started slow. It died off, then it picked up, then it died off again, then it picked back up. It kind of went through this roller coaster effect because of the slow start. They had so many technical issues, trying to get into a game, staying in a match, finding matches. There was a ton of technical issues that kind of made the game get off to a horrible start. But once they figured those issues out, especially the connectivity issues, the game was phenomenal. That was the first Battlefield game that I got lost in. I would play multiplayer for hours. The only in Battlefield moments, from the sniping to the vehicles to the comms with the teammates, it was amazing. It was completely opposite of the experience you got in COD, which was more of an arena shooter. COD was more. So I always look at COD and Battlefield as one's an arcade shooter, the other one's more of a simulation shooter. Battlefield's more of a realistic simulation shooter. So it provided me with something completely different. COD was just fast twitch. If my connection's better than yours, Battlefield wasn't necessarily like that. A lot more strategy, obviously far larger maps. It felt like more of an actual war, not just some kind of arena, kind of fight. So Battlefield 4, GOAT Battlefield, not even close at this point. I don't really think it's close at all. So I got Battlefield 4 as being the only S tier Battlefield in my opinion. So we're moving on to Hardline. Now Hardline is funny because Hardline is like that every series. Like Halo has Halo 4, which is kind of like that redheaded stepchild. COD has COD Ghost, which is like that redheaded stepchild that nobody really talks about. That's what Battlefield Hardline is to me. Now I'm explaining this. I bought Battlefield Hardline day one physical. I remember walking in GameStop, purchasing Battlefield Hardline with the biggest Kool-Aid smile on my face. This is going to be an amazing game. Cops and robbers, Battlefield Cops and robbers. This is going to be amazing. I went home, downloaded the game, played the game for about 4 hours with my best friend. Shout out to Muff. Horrible. Not horrible, but it did not do what I thought it was going to do. It didn't give me what I was looking for coming off Battlefield 4. It did not give me what I was looking for. The cops and robber aspect was kind of cool, but that was the whole catch. That was the whole game. The whole game was that, and it didn't really get me how I thought it was going to get me. It was okay for a short period of time. I didn't play it very long. So I'm actually going to drop Hardline. Probably is going to be a D tier because I didn't play it very long. It didn't have a staying power. I played it for a few hours. I tried to come back to it, even with a group of people in a party. I figured, well, maybe, if I play with a group of people, it'll be more fun. That wasn't even the case. It just didn't give me the Battlefield feeling that I was looking for. So I'm going to hard pass on Hardline. Sorry if you're in the comment section. If you like Hardline, I do apologize. I didn't like Hardline very much. Now, Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 is actually a very, very good game. I played the crap out of Battlefield 1. It was a solid game. Super hyped too, because this is a Battlefield people were excited for. People I know the whole World War thing is kind of played out by now, But at the time when Battlefield 1 came out, I thought it was actually a great idea for Battlefield to go back and give us something that we had in like Battlefield 4, but like essentially take it back. I thought it was a good idea at the time for the series. This is new. They're trying some new things, the level, all these different things that they're trying. And I thought it was a good idea at the time. And it actually is a pretty solid game. It's actually one of the better Battlefields, in my opinion. Great map design. Obviously, the weapons, being World War I weapons, they're a little wonky. They kind of take some getting used to, but I had fun with the game. Now, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about Battlefield 1, but I actually enjoyed that game quite a bit. Not my most played Battlefield, but I'm going to actually solidly place Battlefield 1 in the B tier. I think it's a B tier Battlefield. I don't think I think it's better than Bad Company 1, and I think it's better than Hardline easily. It's not better than 3 or 4. So I think it's a solid game. Like, I would probably jump back in Battlefield 1 and play a couple matches. I don't think I would mind. Now, did I stick with it? No, but I don't think I would mind. It was one of the better Battlefields. Now, Battlefield 5, what could I say about Battlefield 5? Coming off of 1, it kind of gave us more of the same. But by then, the thing about these shooters, and sometimes it's not the game. Sometimes we as fans have moved on. And I think that's what happens a lot of times with Call of Duty, happened with Halo, and it's happening with Battlefield. We'll see what Battlefield 2042 does when it drops next month. We'll see how that's received, but sometimes we move on, and I think people had moved on once Battlefield 5 came out. Because it's funny, because we expect the last 2 Battlefields, I expected them to give me something COD wasn't giving me, and they still didn't deliver. Battlefield 1 was a solid game, but it didn't replace what COD wasn't giving me, because I was so jaded with Call of Duty. I still am jaded with Call of Duty to the point to where I don't even buy them except if my son wants me to. My son plays them. But I was hoping, okay, Battlefield would come along and, it has a great opportunity to kind of get back to where it needs to be, and maybe even pass up Call of Duty. And for whatever reason, Battlefield 5 didn't do that for me. I didn't play a whole lot of it, to be fair, but it didn't do much. It was much of the same. It just didn't do much for me. It wasn't a bad game. I'm going to go ahead and just place it probably on the C tier with Bad Company. It wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a bad game at all. I didn't play a ton of it, but it didn't do anything new. Was nothing innovative about Battlefield 5. It actually kind of was lost in the sauce. Like, it came out, there was a beta for it. I played the beta, played the actual retail game. Didn't play much of it after that, unfortunately. It's kind of sitting on my... As a matter of fact, I don't even think I have it installed anymore. Yeah, I uninstalled the game altogether. So that kind of tells you after a couple months that, how I felt about Battlefield 5. But this is the best list that I could possibly make with Battlefield. I'm not as experienced with this as much as COD or Halo, but in my opinion, it's about as good as it gets. So we got Battlefield 4, GOAT tier. Battlefield, I don't even think anybody could argue with that. And you guys, if you have a different order, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Once again, I hope you guys are enjoying these tier videos. I got a bunch more coming. I can literally do a tier for anything. So if you guys have any ideas about, tier lists you want me to do for a video game, a console, a control, whatever it may be, let me know down in the comment section. DMs are always open as well on Twitter. All that information is down in the description below. But you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Another tier list on the way next week. Peace out, everyone.